Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Anatha Graphic Designing and I am a level 1 student at Jahan School Istanbul campus. So today I am here with new Chatgpt project and my interesting topic is I don't know a journey through instantly. So Chatgpt, my first question to you is hello Chatgpt. My first question to you is what does the phrase I don't know signify in personal growth? Please long answer on this question.
Absolutely. Let's dive into that. The phrase I don't know is quite significant in personal thought and communication. At its core, it reflects a recognition of one's own limitations in knowledge or understanding. It can signify humility, openness, and honesty. When someone says, I don't know, they're essentially acknowledging that they don't have all the answers, and this can create space for curiosity and further exploration. From a psychological perspective, saying I don't know can also reduce cognitive dissonance because it allows a person to accept uncertainty rather than forcing a potentially incorrect or misleading answer. It can also be a powerful tool in learning and growth as it encourages further questioning, seeking out information, and engaging in meaningful discussions. Moreover, in social interactions, saying I don't know can build trust and credibility because it shows that a person is not pretending to have knowledge they don't possess. It can lead to more authentic and meaningful communication and often fosters a collaborative environment where everyone is comfortable sharing their perspectives and learning together. In summary, the phrase I don't know is not just a simple admission of ignorance. It's a gateway to deeper understanding, honest communication, and continuous learning. Let me know if you'd like to explore any specific aspect further. Absolutely. I'll make sure to provide even more comprehensive and detailed explanations moving forward. If there's anything else you'd like to dive deeper into or any other topic you're curious about,
So my next question to you is how can admitting I don't know improve decision making? Please long answer on this question.
absolutely. Let's explore that in detail. Admitting I don't know in the context of decision making can have a profound impact. When we acknowledge that we lack certain information or understanding, it opens the door to more thoughtful and informed decision making processes. First and foremost, admitting uncertainty allows us to gather more data. Instead of making hasty decisions based on incomplete information, we can actively seek out expertise, conduct research, and consult with others who may have more knowledge on the subject. This leads to more well-rounded and robust decisions. Secondly, admitting I don't know reduces the risk of cognitive bias. When we pretend to know something we don't, we can fall prey to confirmation bias or overconfidence. By openly acknowledging our gaps in knowledge, we become more receptive to diverse perspectives and alternative viewpoints. This can help counteract biases and result in more balanced and objective decisions. Moreover, admitting I don't know can foster collaboration and trust within teams or groups. When leaders or decision makers are honest about what they don't know, it encourages a culture of openness. This, in turn, encourages team members to contribute their expertise, leading to more comprehensive and well-rounded solutions. In addition, this admission can enhance critical thinking. It encourages us to pause and reflect rather than rushing into decisions. This reflective approach can lead to better problem solving and more innovative solutions. Furthermore, admitting I don't know can also reduce stress and anxiety. It takes the pressure off having to be omniscient and allows us to approach decisions with a mindset of continuous learning and improvement. Finally, it can also build resilience. When we admit that we don't have all the answers, we become more adaptable and better prepared to handle unexpected challenges. This mindset helps in navigating complex and uncertain environments with greater confidence. In essence, admitting I don't know transforms decision making from a potentially risky endeavor into a more informed, collaborative, and resilient process. It's a powerful tool that ultimately leads to better outcomes and more meaningful growth. If you'd like to delve even deeper into any specific aspect, just let me know.
Okay, nice answer. So ChatGPT, I really appreciate you because you had a long answer on every and each question. So my next question to you is, why do people fear saying I don't know? Please long answer on this question.
Absolutely. Let's dive into that.
एंड भी
The
अगर आपको
reluctance
बुक
people
बनानी
often
आती है
feel
तो
when saying, I don't
अगर
know,
आपके पास टाइम
can
है
stem
आप
from
नीचे में
several
इधर आओगे
psychological, social, and
मैं
cultural
इधर
factors.
लेफ्ट वाली साइड
Firstly, from a
वाली
psychological
बुक
standpoint,
बनाओ एंड भी
admitting I
अगर
don't know
आपको
can
बुक
trigger
बनानी
feelings
आती है
of
तो अगर आपके
vulnerability
पास
or
टाइम है अभी
insecurity.
तो फिर इधर
Many
आओगे
people fear that
मैं इधर
admitting a lack
लेफ्ट
of
वाली
knowledge
साइड पर
might
बैठी हूँ इधर
make them
आके
appear
बुक बनवा
incompetent or less capable. This fear of judgment can lead to an instinct to provide an answer, even if it's not entirely accurate, simply to protect one's self-image. Secondly, socially, there's often a strong emphasis on competence and authority. In many cultures or professional environments, there's an implicit expectation that individuals should have answers and be knowledgeable. Admitting ignorance can be perceived as a weakness or a failure to meet these expectations, leading people to avoid saying, I don't know, to maintain their social standing or professional reputation. Another factor is the cultural conditioning around competence and authority. In certain cultures, there's a strong emphasis on knowing and being certain, which can make admitting ignorance feel like a cultural faux pas. Over time, individuals internalize these expectations, making it harder to admit when they truly don't know something. Additionally, there's the aspect of self-esteem and ego. For many, especially in competitive environments, there's an inherent pressure to appear knowledgeable and capable. Admitting ignorance can feel like a threat to one's self-esteem, and people might fear that it could undermine their confidence or the confidence others have in them. Moreover, in some situations, there's a fear of consequences. In high-stakes environments, such as certain professional or academic settings, admitting a lack of knowledge could lead to repercussions such as loss of credibility, opportunities, or even job security. This can create a strong incentive to avoid saying I don't know altogether. Finally, there's the aspect of habit and social conditioning. Over time, people become conditioned to always have an answer, especially in environments that reward quick thinking and decisiveness. This habit can become ingrained, making it challenging to break the cycle and comfortably admit when one truly doesn't have the answer. In summary, the reluctance to say I don't know is a complex interplay of psychological fears, social pressures, cultural expectations, and habitual patterns. Understanding these factors can help create more open and accepting environments where people feel comfortable embracing uncertainty and fostering genuine learning and growth. If you'd like to explore any specific angle further, just let me know.
Okay, next. So my next question to you is, how does uncertainty shape creativity? Please long answer on this question.
Absolutely. Let's dive into that fascinating topic. Uncertainty plays a profound role in shaping creativity, and it does so in multiple interconnected ways. Firstly, uncertainty. Absolutely. So uncertainty really pushes individuals out of their comfort zones, encourage new perspectives and I have exactly. And this often leads to innovative solutions and creative breakthroughs that wouldn't emerge in a completely certain environment. It also encourages flexibility, adaptability, and a willingness to take risks, all of which are key ingredients for creative thinking. If you'd like to dive deeper into any specific aspect, just let me know. Absolutely. Let's explore that in depth. Managing anxiety linked to uncertainty involves a combination of mindset shifts, practical strategies, and self-care techniques. Firstly, it's important to cultivate a mindset of acceptance, understanding that uncertainty is an inherent part of life and that it's impossible to predict every outcome can help reduce the pressure we put on ourselves. Embracing uncertainty as a space for growth and exploration can transform anxiety into curiosity. Another effective approach to focus on what you can control. Often anxiety arises from dwelling on unknowns. By identifying and taking action on aspects within your control, such as your response, your habits, and your preparation, you can create a sense of agency and reduce feelings of helplessness. Mindfulness and grounding techniques are also incredibly valuable. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or mindful walking can help anchor your mind in the present moment, reducing the tendency to spiral into anxious what ifs about the future. Building a supportive network is also sharing your feelings with trusted friends, family, or even a therapist can provide validation and different perspectives, helping to lessen the burden of anxiety. Another key strategy is to cultivate resilience through exposure and gradual desensitization. By intentionally placing yourself in uncertain situations in small manageable doses, you can build confidence and reduce the fear associated with the unknown over time. Setting realistic expectations is also vital. Understanding that not everything can be predicted or controlled helps to reduce the pressure of having to have all the answers. This mindset shift can make uncertainty feel less daunting. Engaging in self-care practices is also essential. Regular physical activity, healthy nutrition, sufficient sleep, and relaxation techniques can all help mitigate anxiety and build emotional resilience. Lastly, it can be helpful to reframe uncertainty as an opportunity for learning and growth. By viewing uncertain situations as a chance to develop new skills or gain new insights, you can shift your perspective and reduce anxiety. In summary, managing anxiety associated with uncertainty involves a blend of acceptance, proactive control, mindfulness, support, resilience, and self-care. By integrating these approaches, you can navigate uncertainty more effectively and with greater peace of mind. If there's any specific area you'd like to explore further, just let me know. Absolutely. Let's dive into that in detail. Improving leadership skills is a multifaceted journey that involves self-awareness, continuous learning, and practical application. So first and foremost, self-awareness is foundational. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, values, and emotional triggers is crucial. This can be achieved through reflective practices such as journaling, seeking feedback from peers and mentors, and even personality assessments like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator or the Enneagram. Communication is another pillar of effective leadership. This includes not only articulating your ideas clearly and competently, but also being an active listener. Listening empathetically and attentively helps build trust and rapport with your team, making them feel valued and understood. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is equally important. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are adept at managing their own emotions and recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. This skill enhances conflict resolution, fosters a positive work environment, and helps in building strong, cohesive teams. Another key area is adaptability. The best leaders are flexible and open to change. Embracing change, being willing to pivot strategies, and encouraging innovation within your team are all hallmarks of great leadership. Another important aspect is decision making. Effective leaders are decisive, but also inclusive. They gather input from their team, weigh options carefully, and make informed decisions. It's also essential to take responsibility for outcomes and learn from most successes and failures. Another vital component is empowerment. Great leaders inspire and empower others. This involves delegating effectively, providing opportunities for growth, and encouraging autonomy. When team members feel trusted and valued, their engagement and productivity soar. Continuous learning and development are also crucial. Great leaders are lifelong learners. This can mean pursuing further education, attending workshops, reading extensively, and staying updated with industry trends and best practices. Feedback and reflection are also essential. Actively seeking feedback from your team and reflecting on your experiences allows you to continuously refine your leadership style. Being open to constructive criticism and willing to adapt are key traits of successful leaders. Lastly, fostering a positive organizational culture is vital. Leaders set the tone for the workplace. Promoting values such as transparency, inclusivity, recognition, and well-being contributes to a motivated and engaged team. In summary, improving leadership skills is an ongoing process that can
Yes, continue.
Absolutely. Let's continue. Effective communication, emotional intelligence, adaptability, and continuous learning. It's also essential to empower and inspire your team, build a culture of trust and collaboration, and remain open to feedback and reflection. By integrating these elements, you'll be able to grow as a leader who not only drives results, but also fosters a positive and thriving environment. If you'd like to dive into any specific area even deeper, just let me know.
Okay, nice. So my next question to you is Chatgpt. Can you explain what role does I don't know play in scientific inquiry? Please long answer on this question.
Absolutely. Let's explore that in depth. In the realm of scientific inquiry, the phrase "I don't know" is not just an admission of ignorance. It is, in fact, a powerful catalyst for discovery and innovation. Firstly, acknowledging what we don't know is the starting point of the scientific method. It prompts researchers to ask questions, design experiments, and seek answers. When scientists openly admit the limits of their knowledge, it creates a culture of curiosity and openness. This humility is crucial because it drives the quest for deeper understanding. Secondly, "I don't know" plays a vital role in forming hypotheses. It encourages scientists to explore the unknown and develop testable predictions. By recognizing gaps in knowledge, scientists can focus their research efforts on areas that need further exploration. This is how scientific knowledge expands and evolves. Moreover, embracing uncertainty fosters innovation. When scientists acknowledge that they don't have all the answers, they're more likely to think creatively and experiment with novel approaches. This mindset can lead to groundbreaking discoveries and paradigm shifts in various fields. "I don't know" also promotes scientific integrity. Honesty about the limitation of current knowledge prevents the spread of misinformation and ensures that scientific conclusions are based on evidence rather than speculation. This integrity is essential for building public trust in science. Additionally, the admission of what we don't know encourages collaboration. Scientists from different disciplines and backgrounds can come together to fill knowledge gaps, share diverse perspectives, and drive interdisciplinary research. This collaborative spirit is vital for tackling complex global challenges. Furthermore, the acknowledgement of uncertainty fuels the iterative nature of science. Scientific knowledge is always evolving. Each discovery often leads to new questions, and the recognition of what we don't know keeps the scientific community engaged in a perpetual cycle of inquiry and improvement. In summary, the phrase "I don't know" is not a sign of weakness in scientific inquiry, but rather a gateway to deeper understanding. It fuels curiosity, drives research, promotes integrity, and fosters collaboration and innovation. In essence, it's the foundation upon which scientific progress is built. If there are any specific angles you'd like to delve into further, just let me know.
Okay, nice. So this was about today ChatGPT. I hope you like to see another ChatGPT, another session. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan, Zindabad, Rehan, Zindabad.